What's up, guys? Today I've got this Nissan Versa that wouldn't lock or unlock with the key. So I'm going to take the door panel off and see if I can't figure out what's going on. This is just me showing you that the door is not unlocking or locking. There's going to be a push pin up here by the dash on the door panel, and you're going to pull that out with some kind of clip lifter tool. And I've got this mini pry bar here I'm going to use to get up under the window control switch. After a little persuasion, that window control switch should come out, and you're going to have some connectors in here that you'll have to take out. All these connectors have little tabs on them like I'm showing you here, and you can just push down on the tab with your finger or maybe even like a little screwdriver, and you should be able to pull them out. This is just me giving you a better look at where those tabs are located. Now I'm going to take this right angle pick and come in here up near the door handle, and there's a trim piece that you have to pull off. There's a bolt hiding behind that trim piece that you have to take out. I think I ended up using both hands to work it out of there, but here's the trim piece, and here is that bolt you'll have to take out. First, though, I'm going to come down here where the window switch was and take out this 10mm bolt. There's one there too, and then I'll take out the one behind the door handle. Then to get these door panels off, I like to kind of press my foot up against the bottom of the door, and then I'll yank on that little cubby, and these are held in by clips, so they normally come out pretty easy like that. And after you've got all those clips loose, it kind of hangs on where the window goes, so if you kind of push up, it should come right off. Now you're going to have to come down here and get these cables loose. One goes to the door lock and one goes to the door handle. To get these cables loose, you just have to kind of pull up on them, and then they kind of ride in the handles. They come out pretty easy though. Next, I'm going to take this weather stripping off, and this is pretty simple. It's just held on with an adhesive, and you just kind of rip it off. The window was down, and of course I've got to look into the door to see what's going on. So I hooked the window control switch back up so I can roll this window up some more. Looking in here, I can see that that little yellow clip is not on the lock rod. So all I have to do is connect that yellow clip back onto the lock rod, and hopefully the door lock should work again. And here I've got the clip for the lock rod back up onto the rod itself. Here I'm testing to make sure the lock rod is functioning, that the door is locking and unlocking. And now that we've made sure, I'm going to start going back together. First thing I do is run those cables back through that weather shield. Putting that weather shield on is pretty self-explanatory. Normally they leave some kind of witness mark from that adhesive, so you just kind of follow that. Next, we're going to get that door latch cable and the door lock cable reinstalled. And to do that, you just push the ball back into the latch, and then you can just clip them right in. Yeah, so to get those in, after you've got the little ball installed, you can just go straight down. Now it's time to go back on with that door panel. Again, you kind of just hang it where the window is, and then you'll line up those clips and push those body panel clips in. Whenever you're installing your door panel, make sure the connectors for the window switch come through too, or you'll end up taking that door panel off again, and that kind of sucks. After you've got the door panel lined up, just give it a couple of love taps to make sure all of those clips are seated. And then we can go back in with those 10 millimeters that we took out. I've got my window control switch hooked back up here, and it's held in with clips too, so you just line those clips up, and again, just pat on it a little bit, and it should seat back down. Reinstall that little trim piece that goes behind the door handle. And then push that pin back in next to the dash, and you should be good to go. I'm going to give it one more check here to make sure that door lock is still working like it should. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.